Hello there everyone, welcome back to Ants Authority. Today we will discuss about the topic how long can ants survive within a test tube. In this video, we will discuss about this topic in detail, so let's start the video. Ants can live in a test tube for almost 48 hours without food and water, but they can live there for a few months if you provide them with moisture and nutrition. In addition, the number of insects also matters because only a small colony can survive in a test tube. While many worker ants can feel suffocated in a small place, they can provide an ideal space for smaller ant colonies as they feel safe in the glass tubes. Moreover, the newly mated queens can live there and lay eggs that will become worker ants. Ants can survive within a test tube for a few days to even months, depending on the number of insects, the length of the test tube, and the availability of nutrients. Moreover, a small number of ants can easily adjust in a small space because these insects need only a small amount of oxygen to survive. These insects can live for around 24 hours without getting exposed to the atmosphere because these tubes can hold enough oxygen to ensure their survival. They cannot live without oxygen for more than 24 hours, so you have to ensure that they get exposed to air or oxygen to live for a few days. In addition, the duration can be increased up to a few weeks or even a whole month when these insects are provided with essential nutrients for survival. They can survive for almost 4 to 5 days without water, but continuous unavailability of water can result in dehydration and causes drying of their exoskeleton. Accordingly, you cannot keep them without water for more than 5 days because they begin to die due to severe dehydration. Furthermore, food is also essential for their survival, whether they live in a test tube or any other container. Depending on the species, these insects can tolerate hunger for 10 to 14 days. They are at risk of death after 2 weeks due to starvation, so you can make them survive for a month or even more than it by providing a source of nutrients. However, it becomes essential to shift a colony to a different medium when the number of insects exceeds 50 to ensure the continuity of life. Most commonly, the ants are stored in the test tubes as it is the best medium to support shipping without adding much weight and reducing the shipping cost. You can also use these test tubes as a temporary medium for raising the population of ants. However, these insects have some requirements for living, as they can die due to a lack of water. In addition, they need food and oxygen to survive for a long because their body cells need oxygen to metabolize the food particles and produce energy for functioning. Accordingly, you have to create a proper setup for these insects by adding water up to 2/3 of the tubes and putting a cotton plug that gets half dipped into water. It is better to use sugar water because it can provide both moisture and nutrients to insects. After that, add a queen or workers and secure them by adding a cotton plug to their mouth. You can find them food by injecting sugar syrup or sweet juices from the upper cotton plug. These insects can crawl upward toward the test tube to get nutrients. Furthermore, you have to feed a colony after every 72 hours because there is a risk of decreased energy, lesser performance, and death due to starvation. They can survive on a few drops of sugar syrup because these tiny insects have smaller bodies that need lesser nutrition. Test tubes are pretty small to support a colony once it starts propagating because there is only a small space within a tube provided to these tiny creatures. The standard width of a test tube is 18 mm, while the size of each ant is around 2 mm to 4 mm. It means 2 to 5 ants can adjust parallel to each other in a width of 18 mm. Moreover, the standard length is almost 150 mm, which means many of these insects can fit inside along the length of tube. However, adding many insects can cause suffocation and make them die. So a small colony based on a few insects can survive in it based on almost 30 to 50 workers. A queen ant takes more space than workers due to its bigger size, almost twice the size of workers. Some sellers sell a single queen in a test tube with a suitable medium for her survival. A few workers can also fit inside it with a queen because there is enough space for one queen and around 5 to 10 workers to live there. Furthermore, some more worker ants can be added when you use a tube of bigger diameter and length accommodating around 20 to 30 workers. Thanks for watching the video.